So, today, well, not even today, the last half of today, it's been one of those days where I've been tired and a bit more in a lower mood, in a bit of a rest mood, I guess. I have still gone to the gym. What have I done? 7 o'clock now, and I came at 5, so yeah, 2 hours in the gym, some stretches and some yoga. And one of the things that have been frustrating me is, a couple of days ago, I pulled my upper back, just tweaked it a bit, and I pulled it again today. And it's frustrating because I spend so much time actually trying to sort my back out, trying to help my back, trying to make sure stuff like this doesn't happen. I mean, luckily, this sort of pull, it's not tragic. It's not going to last more than tonight. I'm going to wake up tomorrow, feel it a tad, but it's not going to affect me. I'm going to still be able to exercise and move around and work and stuff like that, but it frustrates me because I spend so much time trying to prevent stuff like this that it makes me just feel like, what's the point in spending all this time? And I have to switch myself out of thinking like that, and I have to think, you know what I mean? We're just in the stage of learning. It's a long stage. Learning's always a long stage. But once you've figured it out, it's pretty easy after that point. It's just about consistency and almost discipline. And it's just figuring it out. It's difficult because everything prior to what you're trying now, you almost imagine it's pointless because you don't do it anymore, so it's just pointless. Whereas that's not the case, because you have to go through those sort of things and waste your time in these areas to find out what works. You have to test. And I've listened to a few podcasts now, and these successful people, or at least financially successful, or people who build businesses that are successful, or athletes that are successful, they seem to just test. And I think the frustrating part is the wasted time. So what has to be done is you have to be able to test quickly. And the tough thing is, with your body and injuries, is you don't know I don't know how well the workout's doing, or how well the stretches and strengthening exercises and yoga are actually working. You don't know how well they're actually working until you next get injured. And then it shows where you're weak. So it's almost a waiting game. You're almost waiting to see if something bad happens. And it could take a year, it could take 2 years, and then you see a weak point maybe, or in my case, I guess 6 months maybe. I must have been doing this routine for definitely 4 months, and there's just weaknesses. So you can either wait for your injuries to happen, or you can push your body and see what fails first. I have got this mindset that I should be doing sprints. I feel like sprints really do test your body, really do use a lot of your body. Because when I play football, or when I'm not playing football, playing football, different muscles ache everywhere. Everywhere they just ache. You don't work out. And it's weird. It's a weird one. And now it's kind of about what am I dropping? what am I dropping to now replace something else with it? And then another thing that happens is you then realise the thing that you dropped was actually working, and in my head I'm like, well, if that goes there, I've got to fit something else in somehow. And it becomes a real task, because I also want to set myself up being realistic and lower the amount of time and effort I have to put into these things, because I know when life gets stressful, I want to be able to carry on doing these things. Like right now, life's not stressful. I've not got anything on my plate, not got any responsibilities. And I just think, when you get a few more responsibilities, how would you fit these sort of things in and still looking after your body? I mean, I pulled my back today, and I was going to sneeze and it never came, and then I was bending over and then got up and twisted and something goes, and I'm like, geez, man, I'm 24. Stuff like that shouldn't be happening to a 24-year-old. I get it if you're 60, 70, yeah, 50, 60, 70. But at 24, it's frustrating because you know it shouldn't be happening, and you also know you have the ability to work on it. So it's figuring it out, it's trying to watch as many videos as you can, listening to other people talk tosh, or not tosh, but it's not related to your situation. And it's just a moment, it's just a phase where you got to figure stuff out, where you got to figure out what works. I mean, in the perspective of things, my back's my lower back is so much more better. It's so much more better. I don't know if that's English, but it's so much better than it has been. Some mornings I wake up a little bit stiff, and I feel it a little bit, but it's nothing major. It's just feeling it stiff. And that's, if you had that for the rest of your life, I'm happy. But it's these little tweaks. And I guess what I'm looking at it and thinking the negative part of our lives is we're not actually moving. The reason I'm pulling these muscles is because they're not being used. And that's the issue. You've almost got to find something that's using your full body. And that is what I'm trying to find and trying to figure out, I guess, in a way that fits into my routine. But we'll see. It's just another test, another day, another dollar, I guess. We find out where we need to work and what we need to work on and stuff like that. So anyway, yeah, peace.